Mhm. Welcome to another edition of Living a Rich Life. I am your host, Rich James, and living a rich life is made up of 6 principles: good health, strong relationships, financial freedom, goals and achievement, extraordinary experiences, and philanthropy. Here on Living a Rich Life talk show, we intend to inform and inspire and remind each other to live a rich life through those principles. And here today to help me get that kicked off, I have two special guests, two amazing guests. And our first guest today is just phenomenal in so many different ways. He is a lover of hats, an amazing designer, and co-founder of Different Regard. Please welcome Mr. Stephen White. How we doing today, sir?
We're great. We're great. Thanks for having me. Thanks for
All
having
right.
me.
Good deal. It usually works better when you're not on mute, right?
Absolutely. Look, I should be a master at this by now.
Right. That's pretty much how we have to communicate with each other these days is the Zoom. So let's get it started, man, because I know a lot of folks inspired. I know I'm inspired by the work that you do, the design. But we don't want to just talk about your fashion sense, but we also want folks to get a chance to know you. So those that are watching and listening and tuning in, please, by all means, here at Be Exposed Radio, drop us a note if you want to ask Stephen a question, and we'll get it started. Sounds good? All right. So first and foremost, tell us where you're from.
I'm from Baltimore, born and raised. All my life I've been here. My family's from here. I went to school here, so and now I'm raising a daughter here as well. So I don't plan on leaving anytime soon.
No, right. Especially with your story here. So let's talk about that, right? You're a lover of hats. I just started wearing hats myself. I'm not a
Okay.
big fan.
Okay. Okay.
But what you started. What started the love for hats and fashion? Tell us about that.
So what started the love of hats stemmed from, of course, fashion. So when I started out with Different Regard, um, I decided to shave my head because it was a cleaner look, more grown. My barber just did it one day, and I was like, you know what? Let's try something different. So he shaved my head really close. It wasn't like bald, but it was like a low, I guess like a low one or whatever. And from there, I just felt like it was something missing. So I was like, I can't. I
Your
just felt
hair, Stephen. Your hair.
exactly. So I just felt uncomfortable, man. So I just decided to put a hat on.
Okay.
And from there, of course, it started out with like baseball hats, and then from there, I just started liking all different type of hats, fedoras, stingy brims, a lot of paperboy hats. I just started out that way, and not realizing, I just started branding myself with these hats.
Okay.
People would come into my shop and just see me wearing hats all the time, and was like, "Oh, I want that hat. Oh, I like that hat." So it just
I've seen that.
You said you what?
I've seen that.
Absolutely. So it
Yeah.
inspired me, to partner with different hat organizations to carry hats along with
So
the brand.
you mentioned some hats there that I'm not familiar with. So of course I'm familiar with the baseball cap. I'm familiar with the fedora.
Mhm.
The other ones you mentioned, two others there that I wasn't
So we
familiar
have you have like a porcupine, you have a stingy brim. Some of those hats are just the more stiffer, bigger brims.
with. Okay.
The porcupine is more of a rounded type of fedora.
Okay.
Oh my God, it's so many different
The types
hats.
of styles.
And
Yeah,
also
yeah.
paperboy hat. You know what that is, right?
Yes. The
Exactly.
paperboy hat. I'm
Exactly.
familiar with that. Okay. So how did you come up with the name Different Regard for
So
your
different.
store?
So different regard means a different look in French. To gain just a different perspective in fashion is how we go about, operating Different Regard. My business partner actually came up with the name Different Regard
Okay.
before we even became a lifestyle brand.
Oh, and how long have you been in business now?
We've been in business since 2011.
Oh, that's a pretty healthy stint.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's been a journey. I must say
right.
that.
Now, so let's tell the folks where your store is located first and foremost. I know it's on Charles Street. Give them a little more as to the location of your store and what's the hours, what it looks like now, especially during this time. Talk to us.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I'm gonna start off first with my production space. Our production space is where we originally started out at. A lot of people know us for being on Howard Street.
Okay.
We were on at 841 North Howard Street. We converted that space into our production space, which used to be our showroom. We now since we also have our second location, which is 825 North Charles Street. That's our showroom only. Right now, since COVID, we are operating by appointment only. Um, it's honestly just been more safer for us to operate that way. It's also been more strategic for us to operate that way since we've been producing a lot, manufacturing PPE at this present time.
Okay, well that's a good thing because definitely I think during this time being safe. So tell us a little bit about that. If you can share who you're working with, how much you're pushing out a day, and or have pushed out, things of that nature, so that folks can know.
So right now, I don't have the numbers in front of me. I left work early to do this,
Yes, and I appreciate it. That's
but
what's up.
As of last week, we were over 22,000 masks that we have collectively donated and gave away to different hospitals, different organizations. We are now producing gowns as well. We're probably at about 5,000 gowns, more masks than gowns, of course.
Right.
But yeah, it's we just delivered who we partnered with last. Bloomberg Philanthropy Group. We partnered with them. We partnered with Living Classrooms. We've partnered with the BDC. We partnered with the Firefighters Academy. We've partnered with Hopkins. We've done masks with them. Wow.
You're
yeah, we've been crushing. yeah.
Okay.
So it's been exciting, to have these, to have the opportunity to actually still be in business at this present time.
Right. Yeah. And I mean, again, you're helping folks and keeping them safe. The mask, they're not, necessarily what they call the N95 mask, but still having a mask plays a big part in it. So
absolutely. However, our masks aren't just any type of mask. We use a copper lining on the inside, so they're actually antimicrobial and antiviral. The copper actually promotes as a filter to keep you safe. So it's not just a stylish looking mask or cool looking mask. These masks actually work.
Okay, it actually serve an actual purpose.
Absolutely, serve a purpose. Yes.
Nice. So what's your kind of, when it comes to the accessory for men and women, when it comes to fashion, what's something that you gravitate to more? Do you gravitate towards men? If you do, what is it? If you gravitate towards women, what does that look like for a different regard?
So for different regard, we started out a men's company.
Yes.
We were.
And I say that only because I've been in your store, and in some cases, I was like, I think when Heidi, again, good friend of mine, and she was on the show when I first started. I was like, daggone it, I like that, but you didn't have my size at that point in time. But we're gonna circle back. We're gonna circle back to that at end, because we definitely need, because you got some fly stuff. So I digress. Get back to the men and women. You started as men. I just got excited because women always got stuff.
That's the whole purpose. That's why me and Dominic started Different Regard, because we knew women had so many options. We knew eventually we were going to get into women's design clothes. We just didn't know when. But our main focus was to actually produce quality garments right here in Baltimore that we couldn't find in your Nordstrom's or your other stores that we're surrounded by in our Baltimore metropolitan area. But the main thing was to really, bring a classic style with a modern edge for us. And then we really started getting into more of just really the whole lifestyle of what, like really trying to cover all the bases of what a man needs in his wardrobe.
Okay.
That's how it started out.
So you produce jackets, suit jackets, all that good stuff.
Coats, top coats, bomber coats, jackets,
belts.
We do not produce belts.
Okay.
We have done some custom belt orders, but far as ready to wear, no, we don't produce belts. Yeah.
Okay. 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 Um, what's your dream fashion collaboration that you would like? Are there any individuals out there, you know, with us or no longer with us that you would have liked to work with, and in terms of the fashion world?
In terms of the fashion world, it's so many. Right now, I would say currently Virgil. I would definitely would not mind collaborating with him in the future. I think he's making a huge impact in the fashion arena, especially with being a blackface for Louis Vuitton.
Right,
Yeah.
right, right, right. See, and I did a little homework because I actually know who that is. So,
Okay. Okay.
because if I didn't, I would have said, "Hey, we're very honest, we're very candid here." I'd be like, "Okay, so who's Virgil?" But again,
Absolutely.
when it comes
Absolutely.
to the time, so continue, please continue.
Definitely, definitely. I think for him, being young in the industry and just making the mark and impact that he has made with being with a major fashion house such as Louis Vuitton makes makes a huge a big deal for anyone.
Okay,
Um, I would say definitely him. Yeah.
Virgil.
Yeah.
Okay. When it comes to the whole process of creating, because I mean, fashion, it's no easy feat. I mean, I see some stuff sometimes, and I'll be like, "That's fashion." Hell, I guess whatever your normally I would say if you're eating your palate, but fashion can be many different things, which I'm kind of working on my own fashion of things because I'm the dude that will buy the same shirt 5 different colors,
Wow. Okay.
right?
Okay.
But
Okay.
I've been working on my fashion sense a little more. I start wearing a couple of hats during the winter,
I feel you.
you
Yeah.
know. And matter of fact, we had an opportunity during Sonny and Neil's
Absolutely.
video, right?
Yeah.
We took a couple of pictures. And he was like, "Yeah, yeah." Of course, I came in there with a Burberry scarf, but
Hmm.
that wasn't the look. I said, but yeah, I will say you always fashionable. So I like that. I like that. So what's that process look like for you, right? When you're getting ready to create something, um, and what you're choosing. So it's going to be leather, it's going to be cotton. What does that process look like for you?
So I think for me, it's definitely where I'm at, what I'm inspired by, what's taking place.
Okay.
A lot of times that's the case. Sometimes it just happened to be just the season,
Mm,
season that I'm in, far as where I'm at in life. It will inspire me to create something. Like for right now, my team, I allow everyone on my team to actually be a part of the design process also. Because what happens is it keeps them engaged and involved. And it also teaches me some things as well, because you can always, you never stop, you never can stop learning in this type
right.
of industry. So lately, it's just been a collaborative effort with my whole team, just coming up with different design ideas, um, and just collaboratively actually putting forth the effort to make these great pieces. But I would definitely say lately, I just been inspired by a lot of you know, um, African
Okay.
inspired fashion,
Right.
and just really showing that in a different regard way.
I like that. I like that. The name is definitely catchy. The name is definitely catchy. So when you have that collaboration with
Mm.
individuals, has anyone ever just, and like, I guess maybe whatever process, I would assume you guys, you have as the designer leading, you have the final say, but anyone ever come at with something just crazy bizarre, and Stephen White is like, absolutely hell to the no, no way.
Absolutely, absolutely. We had a few pieces like that, and actually one piece I must say I thought was I thought I just thought it didn't have taste.
Hmm.
It was actually a women's piece.
Okay.
Um, one of my head seamstress created a pair of shorts last summer, and it was like African print all over the shorts,
Okay.
but it was like a high waistband. I just didn't care for the design aesthetics on it. And
Okay.
she said, "Steven, take you out of the picture. You're not a woman. Let's see
Facts.
how it works." Right. So I was like, okay, she challenged me on something. Let's see how this works. And they sold out. It became
Ah,
like a popular look. And then when I was able to see the shorts, even though it's still one of my least favorite pieces,
Mm-hmm.
I just grew a different respect for just my team overall,
Right.
because I don't know it all,
Right.
but and just to allow them to create something, design something, and then for it to sell out, it just spoke volume over
So
everything.
was that one of those pieces where, okay, this is crazy, hell to the no, and it sold out? It was like, okay, kind of. Let me rethink
Mm-hmm.
that.
Mm-hmm. It was. I rethought it. I never shot it, never put it on the website, never did any of that. So it was mainly
Yeah.
the people who came in off the street who was able to take advantage of seeing the shorts. was
Right. Right.
it,
Right.
it was crazy because they even started asking for the matching tops to the shorts.
Ah.
So I literally exerted all the fabric. Recently, someone asked about the same shorts, but what I did was I said, you know what, I'm gonna keep these shorts as a staple short for different regard, but I will always change the print on the shorts.
Right. Right. Right.
Yeah.
So let's do something. I'm expecting some. I'm gonna take a quick pause. That's the
Sure.
one thing about the home edition of Living a Rich Life. It's never a dull moment. I'm gonna pause for a quick second.
Sure.
Just like that, I'm back. Oh goodness. All right, I appreciate that. I'm gonna have to get you a Living a Rich Life shirt. I don't have no
Absolutely.
hats.
Okay. We'll get you a different regard. We actually bringing back out different regard T-shirts. So
Oh yes, I was gonna ask you because I'm a t-shirt wearer these days.
yeah, we started
So
out with T-shirts. We actually started out with all shirts,
mhm.
and we eventually migrated into clothing. Other,
Yeah, because like I said, you have some amazing pieces. So there's a saying, right? You probably heard this saying,
Mhm.
uh, and I might tear it up because I tear up names. If you haven't heard, Rich James has a great show, but he will tear up your name. Stephen White's easy.
Right.
But so, what's your craziest fashion faux pas? Is that the saying?
Mhm. Mhm.
What's the craziest fashion faux pas in recent trends?
Hmm. Let me think about that. I'm gonna be honest.
Okay.
Let me think about that. That was a go. Let me think about that. Let me definitely think about that.
Well, we'll hold you to that because again, that's that fashion faux pas.
Okay.
You
Let me
know.
let me let me think about that. My daughter literally just caught me off guard. She was leaving, so let me think about that. Yeah.
Okay. No worries. No worries. So you celebrated a birthday in April.
Yes.
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 So
35th.
during this time, how did that go? How did you celebrate your birthday?
Scary.
Mm,
I had a big bash plan. We partnered with the W Hotel last year on a few projects. So I planned on doing like a big spring event for my birthday where people could come out and have like a pop-up shop. It's gonna be like a whole weekend of events. They'll have a specialty drink for me. We'll have like something different on each floor. None of that took place because of COVID.
right.
So I wound up spending time with my family. My daughter always wants to have like a sporadic birthday event for me, very private with my immediate family members, and she did it again this year. So it was just about come from a big family. I'm a brother of 6 other individuals.
Oh,
So me
okay.
and my siblings, my daughter, and my mom just came together and we did something at the house. Yeah.
Okay. Now, does anyone going back to the fashion? Does anyone else in the family have that sense of fashion? Or are you the ones that they always calling you
Yeah.
that
You
to
know
say,
what?
"Hey, I'm going to a wedding. I'm going here."
Right.
You get
Right.
those calls.
Yeah, what's crazy is my mom. I guess I was so far removed from really giving her full credit.
Hmm.
My mom she was really fashionable, especially growing up. I have a really young mother, so we pretty much grew up together. So when I would go to school, she would always come in with like something just really elaborate and extravagant, which would grasp people's attention. So for a while as a kid, I would feel uncomfortable, man. I would be like, "Mom, don't come, stay in the car." I mean, because mom would come out in full gear, like she just,
Right.
I would definitely say my mom is fashionable. Now my siblings, I have 2 siblings who are now doing like screen printing T-shirts. One of my siblings, she's doing purses. A lot of women type of gear. She just started out. Um, Parisians, Sagions is the name, but I'll get you that info. But yeah, she just started out. She's 23. Her and my other sister started their little clothing line that they're trying to launch. But this was by no means, I didn't want anyone else in my family to get in fashion. It just so happened, I just was in here one day on Sundays, we have these talks about business, how to inspire, how I can inspire them, how can I help them reach to the next level.
Right.
But one Sunday we was just talking, man, and I'm like, what are you guys doing? Like, you guys are like have all this social media presence. You always complain about money.
Mm-hmm.
Why? You you're like why? Like
Right.
everything's
Right.
online. So I was asking them one by one. Now, after you finish college, what are you going to do? What type of investments are you going to make? Just trying to get a head start because I didn't have that being the older sibling.
Right.
So they looked at me crazy, and I never knew that they actually would listen every Sunday until lately. They would come with all these business ideas. Like, oh, I'm starting a website. Oh, I'm buying a house. Oh, I want to get into this type of investment. Oh, I'm starting to design my own glasses. I'm doing T-shirts.
Right.
So it's just amazing, man. Like
Yeah,
the
and
impact you have.
it's a good look. I think for me, one of the proud moments that I had, in which I didn't know, because I have two siblings, two older brothers rather, and a younger
Okay.
sister. But one of my older brothers, he said to me, he said, I'm proud of you. And which was because he's my brother, he's straight New York. I'm a
Okay.
native New Yorker. He's straight New York.
Okay.
So him saying that to me, we've been talking to try to figure out how we can get him engaged with the Living a Rich Life, the whole brand, the whole campaign. I call it a
Absolutely.
campaign. And he DJed. So we're trying to work on some things, and we had him on the show twice, but we had to, we didn't follow protocol. So
Okay.
again, when it comes to family and engaging, that is really good and refreshing to see how, again, strong relationships, because that's one of the principles of living a rich life. And they see you're in fashion and you rocking, because you are rocking. Let me say that again.
Thank you.
And it's you got some good quality stuff, and so that connection, that's good, because again, it's all about what does living a rich life look for you. So that's definitely a good thing as you continue to move forward. So
Absolutely, and I definitely think it's exciting because my daughter wants no parts of it. Being raised in it, she don't want no parts of it. So, I'm gonna leave a legacy. So to be able to leave it behind to my family is just that would be awesome.
absolutely, and that's something I was going to say. Do you envision your daughter going down this path?
Maybe
Yeah.
maybe the legal side.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, maybe the
And
legal.
now, do they ask you to make anything special for them? Does your wife or your lady friend, does the family members ask you to? So right, what do they ask you to make certain stuff?
Man, all the time, like all the time. I mean, just my friends, my parents, even my neighbors now, they see me, they know who I am. They always coming up with these ideas. My sister just said, can I make her a whole piece, like a short type of situation? Stuff and they challenge me because these are pieces that I normally don't make. But I'll make whatever at this point to definitely show them that, okay, we can bring this to life. Because lately what's been happening is people will come to you with these ideas because they might be their own fashion designer in their head, right?
Right.
So a lot of times, just because I don't, oh, you, so a lot of times, if I have the time, I will put it into production, have it created, just so they can see it come to fruition. Because I had people all the time sending me emails of sketches and all different types of stuff, man. And if I, within reason, if I can
Right.
do it, we'll put it in production to create it. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I had nobody to really look up to get into this industry, but maybe a couple of people. Earl Bannister was one of them, and a few other people. A lady named Lydia, she passed, but yeah, it wasn't many people in the industry in Baltimore that I could actually go to and say, listen, hey, this is my sketch. This is what I want made. You know.
Right.
So now having the ability to have a team, a factory
Right.
where we can make and produce everything at any given time that I have the opportunity, I will create something for someone.
Yeah. Yeah. Earl, Morgan State University graduate. Yeah.
Absolutely, he created my first suit. that I
Yeah.
wanted, the suit that I wanted, and created it.
Earl had some interesting pieces as well.
Absolutely.
When I think about some of the fashion, I ain't gonna lie, I just got tired of looking because we do research on this show. This don't just happen.
Okay. Okay.
We like to know who's gonna be on, and again, we
Mhm.
figure we have a connection, and
Mhm.
you inspire folks just to just to look good because sometimes I see some folks out there. I don't know their situation, but I swear I just want to bring them in, bring
Okay.
them in,
Okay. Okay.
and say,
Okay.
hey, he can help with your fashion sense. Have you ever been what's the word I want to say? Uh, been a consultant for somebody, an actor, musician, folks come to you and hire you for your services for any given time, maybe a wedding or whatever the case is. I'm just thinking out loud here.
Okay.
Have you had that experience kind of branch out with your business to do some consulting from that
All the time.
perspective?
We do consulting all the time with a number of people, some local, some out of town. A lot of times it can be different styling gigs. I have been afforded the opportunity to do um, also producing for other people as well.
Okay.
We have been afforded the opportunity as well to produce and manufacture for other people. A lot of times people come to us for manufacturing now because they know we are a manufacturing company and we're one of the youngest Black manufacturers in Baltimore.
Mhm.
So a lot of times they will come to us, for to produce some of their product.
Right.
Sometimes they don't mind us sharing that we created pieces for them, but a lot of times it don't even matter. You know,
Right. Yeah.
this is-
Honestly, there's more than enough to go around.
absolutely, it's
I'm
bigger
a
than me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm a big win-win system, type of guy.
absolutely.
Big
It's
win-win.
Absolutely. So especially for my community, I think it's important for us to definitely stick together and make sure that we definitely can help each other in any form necessary, any way necessary, man. At this point.
Right. Right. So I'm looking for a nice black button-up shirt. Different regard. Do they have anything like that in the stores
I mean,
now?
that's easy, man. I'm wearing one now. It just depends. It just depends on what type of black button-down shirt you want. What type of fabric? Do you want something, more of a polo style? Do you want something more, business casual? Do you want more of a ponte knit, a bubble knit? You want Pima cotton? You want silk? It just depends, man.
Okay.
It
Okay.
really,
Well,
it really
I,
can get detailed.
yeah, clearly, and I'm serious.
Yeah,
So we'll talk about that offline.
yeah,
But
definitely.
those watching and listening and gonna tune in later, we're talking with Stephen White. We're talking fashion. We're getting to know him, and we have some pretty good conversation in terms of fashion. We want to get what's some of the no's in fashion, right? So two things. What's some
Mhm,
of the no's in fashion,
mhm.
and um, well, I want to talk about fashion shows. Have you ever been a part of fashion shows? Asked to participate in that. So, what's some no's in fashion? Like, but are there any no's? Polka dots and stripes? No, because I've seen some stuff. Tell us, tell us.
Lately, are there some no's in fashion? I would say yes. The biggest no I would say in fashion is if you are not confident in what you buy or what you purchase or what you're wearing, that's a huge no.
Okay,
That's a
okay,
huge no to me because you can be confident and pull something off that's
right.
completely out of this world. I mean, some of my most, I'm gonna say, daring pieces that I've worn have gotten the most feedback, but I just
Mm,
was that confident when I wore it. People loved it.
okay.
You'd be amazed, man. Like if you have that confidence, you can pull off anything. Anything goes if you have that confidence. Nowadays in fashion, yes, yes.
Okay. Yeah, I agree because I ain't gonna lie. I like the people watch, and I'll be like, what
You be
the
saying some
hell?
stuff, don't you?
I'm like,
Yeah,
what the hell do they got on?
yeah.
Then all of a
They
sudden I'm
gonna
like,
push
well,
the envelope for so much.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, they pushed the envelope and ripped it up. I said, whoa, what is that?
Yeah.
If you were and then so the fashion show, let's get into the fashion show. Have you ever been a part of have different regards say, hey, we want you to be a part of our fashion show and you get to show some of your stuff?
So yeah, yeah. We've been a part of a lot of fashion shows. Lately, for the past 2 years, we've been hosting our own pop-up fashion shows. So we go around different states and do like these pop-up fashion shows or like these rooftop venues that we can find. And
Mm-hmm.
we had pop-up fashion shows just to do more brand awareness, just to have more business to business as well. Because a lot of times we're doing it at a venue space or a hotel. So it just allows us to bring in our following and really put on a show for their clientele.
Right.
So
Now,
instead of us being a part of other people's shows, we've been pretty much doing our own. We've been a part of a lot of shows locally. Dollhouse,
national.
who's a part of her show, Morgan
Okay.
State. Um, wow, it's quite a few. We did a show at the convention center. We've done wow, the list can go on and on and on about the shows
Right.
that we've done. But yeah, we just got to actually asked to do a show in New York for Fashion Week next year. So I'm still going with the
Yeah, I
I'm
was
still
gonna
going
ask.
with the details with that.
Yeah, I
I'm
was
really
gonna ask
excited
about
about that.
fashion weeks. Yeah,
Yeah,
so because they have Fashion Week DC, right?
absolutely.
Those, and different. I don't know. Do they have a Fashion Week in Baltimore? Have
We
they?
had some sort of fashion collective here
Yes.
Hmm.
where they
The answer is yes. Baltimore Fashion Week. It's in August.
Baltimore, Baltimore Fashion Week.
yes, we've had some Baltimore collective of fashion here, but I don't think it's a full fashion week. We've just been mainly, the last fashion show we did was for the CDC in DC.
Hmm.
We
Okay.
just did our own rooftop fashion show there, but they have their own fashion show too. But instead of competing, different regard did their own thing at the W Hotel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fashion Week is good. I've gone to a couple of shows, and I think again as we move forward, right? Because I think right now you're limited to what you can do, but I'll assume that you guys are using this again. You do your appointments only, but kind of planning for what the next
Yeah.
year or so is going on.
Yes, man. It's been a lot of R&D and planning, man. I just been taking an opportunity to definitely do that because you just don't know what's going to happen next. So outside of my manufacturing, I have been doing a lot of preparation for different regard clothing brand, and the next move we want to make, whether it's going to be more virtual, definitely more virtual online, but it's nothing like seeing a show in person. It's nothing like showing up and showing out.
Right. Yeah. Yo, I like that. Showing up and showing out. We will definitely do that on Living a Rich Life. We do that. We show up and we show out just to make sure. So did you hear Kanye West? So this is a little fashion faux pas.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, that's the term I use it as. It can
Mhm.
mean so many different things.
Okay.
So Kanye West, he was definitely into fashion for a little bit, and I think he didn't do very well. But
He's
his
still
latest,
in.
he's still in fashion. Yeah, he's still in
Right.
fashion, right? I mean, I was like, oh, that looked just like a potato sack, but
Mhm.
because I love his music. But now the latest is he's talking about the headlines being for running for presidency. But
Mm.
what's your thoughts on that? Totally sidebar. That's a totally sidebar. I like to throw things in there.
Oh man, that was definitely stop for. Um,
He has no experience, right? So let me just
yeah.
let me tell you where I'm going with it.
Go
Right?
ahead.
What high level job do you think you could do that you have no experience?
Well, I'm a type of person where as though I feel as though I can do anything. I'm one of those people. You put me in a situation, I figure it out.
Okay.
However, trying to be the president, I have no, no, I want no parts of.
Right.
But for me, I hate to get in political jargon, but I don't think it's the best move, especially right now with what we're being faced with Biden and Trump. To be real, you got to pick between the lesser two evils. So now to throw in a curveball, how would that affect us?
Right. Yeah.
Let me leave it at that. Yeah. Yeah.
Well said. Now that's well said. That's real. Right?
Yeah. So I just, I feel like, Kanye has made a huge platform for himself. He's very well respected in my book. I wish him well, but I would like to see him grow more with his, his empire of fashion, his Yeezy brand, I would just like to see him go further with that. Maybe maybe partner with other designers to help them out. Maybe start his own fashion house, where he can bring other designers as a collective, and grow that to something huge. But to have him in the White House, I just don't know, man. I don't think it. I honestly don't even think it's going to go no further than just publicity.
Right.
I don't think he's going to make the belt. Yeah, I don't think so.
That's so true. The mental health. Oh, so someone says, great answer. So true. And mental health. So I guess, oh yeah, we're talking about Kanye. A lot going on with that. Lot going on. lot going on.
Yes.
Right?
But it's tough, man, because you definitely want to make sure you always uplift, our people.
Absolutely. I agree. So let me ask you this: in terms of, I've asked this in the past of other guests. What would be your theme song? What would be the theme song for Stephen White, co-founder, designer of Different Regard? What would be your theme song? See, mine would be Shaft.
Okay. Right now, my theme song is I like the song, the High Fashion song. Are you familiar?
No.
Roddy Rich.
No.
Okay. Look it up.
What's the name?
High Fashion.
Hot Fashion.
High Fashion.
Oh, High Fashion. Oh yeah, I know
that song.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm about to say, come on, Rich. I know you know that.
Yeah. Okay, I'm about to say.
Yeah, that's one of my theme songs lately. It puts me in a good little mood. Yeah.
All right. I was like, what is that? He's making up things. So share with your platforms, because I don't think we share those. We
Absolutely. So Different Regard, we have our online presence on our website, differentregard.com. We also are on Facebook at Different Regard. We're on Instagram at Different Regard, Twitter at Different Regard, and Pinterest. What else we on? Okay. LinkedIn, Different Regard. Yep. Everything's Different Regard. Real easy. We and of course you can Google the company on Different Regard. You can see some of the stuff that we're doing in the community, and some of the stories that's been written about us.
Okay. What is, and have you ever had, what's in terms, because every retail store, I think, in my opinion, you had to experience that customer. Let's say that customer, right? Have you ever had to experience that customer? Now, again, as a co-founder, you're probably at the head of the table and really, really engaged. But there's probably some cases where you're not in the store because you're doing other things, and you got somebody in the team that's in the store, and they had did someone on your team have to, Stephen, I got this customer, they want to return something, and they got a sweat pit under their arms, talking about they ain't wear it. Tell us the experience where you had a difficult customer. I say all that to say, right? Tell us an example, or when you had a difficult customer. I made you take your glasses off. Huh?
So I had a great customer who was a huge supporter of Different Regard since we was at our first location, and he was one of those clients who, once again, like I said, he was a fashion designer in his head. So he would come to me with all these great ideas. He pretty much would take all my designs and try to recreate them into his own. So I worked with this particular gentleman for like 2 years, and just maybe like a little over a year ago, I started working with him because he came to my team with a project that I already told him I wasn't going to do, because at the end of the day, when that project leaves here, it's still a reflection of my of my company, and I wasn't going for it. So he didn't like it, So I told him, if you want me to produce a product for you, I can do that. But it'll definitely be more like private label, meaning like it'll be for him. Different Regard name won't go on it. We'll just do the production part. Now, the fees that come with that are definitely different. he didn't want to pay that. He just wanted to pay a regular custom type of designer fee, and he didn't like it, so he stopped shopping with us. You know, but I don't miss him because he was a handful every month.
Right.
Like a new project that was unrealistic. You know, it was just didn't make sense. You know, it would take so much of my time. You know, my salesman would call me, "Hey, he's here." You know, and then since he had money and was a little well known, he tried to use that, you know, to his advantage.
Gotcha.
It don't work. It didn't work with me. Yeah.
Okay. One of the main things that I do like to ask my guests, again, it is living a rich life. And what does living a rich life mean to you? It sounds like, you know, when I hear a lot of good stuff. You know, it sounds like you got some strong relationships, all part, again, business-wise as well as professional, as well as personal. You know, just from a philanthropic standpoint, I think that's very admirable for you and your company to take the time to create those masks. And I've seen some of them, and kind of stylish. One of the photos, we had to decide. My team was like, "Well, we don't want to use that because we can't see his face." Right? You know, my people was like, "Well, you know." So, but it looked very fashionable. It looked good. Tell us. Tell us. That's why we ask. That's why we ask for multiple. It's just not a democracy. It's not a dictatorship. Hey, we're gonna do this. We talked about it. So tell us, what does living a rich life mean to Mr. Stephen White?
So living a rich life to me actually mean, you know, having an overall health and well-being of your own life. You know, for me, I have a strong plant-based diet. So for me, that's living a rich life. Number one, you know, is making sure your diet is there and you know, you are what you eat. Secondly, your family. You know, I think you know, being definitely involved and helping uplift other people and within your community or your family to reach the same heights that you're at and beyond is living a rich life for me. A third one would be definitely you know, just actually having that relationship, that business to business relationship, just like you and I have. You know, it goes a long way. You know, that right there just doesn't have any value on it. It just goes beyond with saying like it's necessary to being rich. You know, it's definitely necessary. I mean, you just think about how we met. You know, Heidi, Neil. You know, now you and I, and you know, God knows what's that going to lead to. You know,
absolutely.
Yeah, I would say definitely those three things. Of course, your overall finances is a big thing for me. You know, I think you know, outside of being frugal, you should make, you know, strategic investments. You know, you should want to leave a legacy behind for your family. Definitely. How many live in a rich life? Did you say 6? Or did you say
there's 6? You're on track. There's the good health. You touched on that for you. There's a strong relationship, the financial freedom. When you're not working, what are you doing? When you're not working, what are you doing?
Exercising. I'm normally exercising, or I love the outdoors. So when I'm not working, I'm definitely outdoors with my daughter. Maybe we're riding a bike, maybe we're taking a walk, maybe having I hate the terminology, picnic for other reasons. But yeah, you know, that type of yeah. So I'm normally doing that. I'm a big you know, person who loves to actually digress and to take care of my overall mental space. So I do a lot of reading and writing, just writing down a lot of notes and just spending time with oneself so that I can figure out how to get to that next level.
Okay, well that's there you have it. That's Stephen White, co-founder, designer of Different Regard. He shared what living a rich life means to him, and he kind of hit each principle as you know, as I like to point out. So we be sure to follow him on IG, Facebook, Twitter. What else is there?
Facebook, IG, Twitter. Of course, you got the website. That's pretty much
the website.
LinkedIn as well.
LinkedIn as well. Different Regard. You can get your fashion on. I want to thank you for joining. I appreciate the time. It goes by so quickly. I was like,
absolutely. Oh, number 6, man. That's spiritual connection. I think that's definitely super important, spiritual connection.
Okay.
Yep.
Yep. So there you got it. You can watch and you can tune in. It will be. I'll send you the link because this gets thrown up right now. We're live. When I gets the when the show's over, we post it up to YouTube so that you can check it out. Make sure folks can check it out. You can check it out yourself. We want to make sure folks come to. So again, the store is located on Charles Street. What's the address?
825 North Charles Street. That's we on the same block as the Washington Monument.
Okay, there you go. We will be talking because I do need a black shirt. I want to make sure it fits right. I got a little COVID weight on me now. So I'll definitely be talking to you and come in there, support your brand, support your store, and I can look good.
Absolutely. I appreciate that, man.
All right, good deal.
Good talking to you, Rich.
Already sent them up with the face. Oh, excellent. So you got the Facebook link already. So that's the start right there. My producer Monty, he's a beast. And I don't mean like a beast. Yeah.
No. I get it. It's nothing like a good team, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Like a good team.
All right. Well, again, I thank you, Stephen, for joining. I appreciate it. And I'll talk to you soon. Stay safe.
I appreciate you, Rich.
Keep living a rich life.
Thank you.
All right, my man. Next up, we have the lovely Nora Blake Smith. And this individual is just phenomenal in so many words. I had the opportunity of working with her a couple of months ago. She is brilliant. She is intelligent, smart, just overall good energy. She has a lot of good energy, and I look forward to chatting with her. So she should be joining shortly. But what I would like to say in Living a Rich Life, recent events, what's going on out there? Maybe you guys could tell me what's going on out in the world. I don't watch much TV, but I have been doing a lot of reading lately. We got to keep moving forward when it comes to Black Lives Matter. I think there was a good caption. Sometimes I get in conversations with individuals without getting too deep. They say, hey, okay. Our phone lines are open as well. 443-642-9403. So if you're out there listening, please dial in. You have some questions for me. Tell us what's happening in your world. We'll get you on the air. This is a new feature. I might have fell asleep during this discussion in the meeting. So, like I said, the phone lines are open. BeExposedRadio.com. 443-642-9403. By all means, give us a call. What would you like to know? I was talking to my Be Exposed team. Password. So I know my producer's listening in. Our next guest, is asking for a password. I don't know what that means. I leave the tech stuff to Monty. He's our producer. Keeps me honest, keeps me focused. So again, dial in. If you have any questions, looks like somebody else is coming in. Let's give it a second here. So again, that was Stephen White and our special guest. And we are getting set up for our featured guest. It's coming in. Let's see here. Password. Oh, I did not. Oh, here we go back there. Oop, there we go. Oh, okay. So again, we had Stephen White, our special guest, and next we have our featured guest. And again, this woman is phenomenal. She is an amazing strategist. She is a social media consultant and media personality. She has a degree in public relations and broadcast journalism. She is known for busting some of the most popular myths on Instagram. She has taken social media to the next level with her call to action, do it for the gram. Please welcome one of my favorite social media strategists and hosts, Miss Nora Blake Smith. Hello.
Hey, how are you?
I am well. I am well. How are you doing?
Can you hear me well?
I can hear you perfectly.
Oh,
I can hear you. Yes, I can hear you.
you
Yes.
can.
Yeah, all these, yeah, a little. We having a Teddy Riley moment.
Oh, it's a little.
It's a little.
Yeah, hold on.
Look, we get used to technology.
Let me just see. I want to be able to get right in.
Yeah, we got you, Blake. I think so. Nora, see Nora
Right
Blake
here. I'm
Smith.
switching over.
Okay.
I'm gonna leave this one.
Oh, okay. That sounds good, right there. Oh,
Is this better? Oh, hold on.
Sounds like it's a whole lot better. Okay, well, I can't hear you now. Are you on mute? Oh, coming into audio. You got some big hands.
Okay, is this better?
Yes, that's a whole lot better.
Okay, yay, great.
Yes, so welcome.
Thank you for having me, Rich. This is
I
great.
tell you, I was sharing with folks that's the whole introduction, and when I think your introduction fits you perfect because
Thank
if
you.
nothing else, you know what you're doing.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I really do.
I know that firsthand. So first and foremost, let's let folks know how they can get a hold of you. Let's give them your information right now.
Well, Rich, thank you so much for such a great introduction. My name is Nora Blake Smith, like he said. You could primarily reach me through my Instagram, which is at Nora Blake Smith. And from there, you can find my email address. You can DM me. So I would say those are the best ways to contact me through Instagram.
Okay. Absolutely. So for those that's watching and listening, those that have gone to my website and my actual IG, if you see some things that's similar when you look, that's because again I worked with Nora and she's put me on the right track. My followers,
Yes.
I appreciate that, and I said, you know what, this is the beginning of a beautiful relationship.
Yay, I'm so thankful, Rich. Honestly, like I was just like, and this is how I am with all my clients, like I just really want you guys to do well. So whatever it's gonna take, whatever combos we need to have, I'll talk with some people and they're just like, I don't even feel like I can post a picture. Like if they don't feel pretty, which is ridiculous, but there's so many things that keep people from their true potential on social media because of their own fears. And so a lot of times that's just getting through that. If it's, it could be a variety of different things. So
right.
Yeah.
So first and foremost, tell us where you're from.
Okay. I am from Washington, D.C. I was born and raised here in Southeast D.C. So this is where I'm from. This is my city.
Okay, DC. and what was it like to be a kid in DC? Because I'm a native New Yorker. What did that look like?
I'm not even being shady.
I think you're being shady.
I'm not being shady, I promise.
Okay.
So growing up was actually, I had a really good childhood. I cannot complain. I went to school right in Southeast. It's called DuPont Park School. And I went there till about 8th grade. I had a normal childhood, honestly. I loved acting growing up, which is why I think I'll kind of do, and we could talk about it later, but I think that's what's kind of like pushed me into the path that I'm doing now. I really enjoyed acting. But then for high school, I went to a boarding school. So I wasn't even really here for high school. I went to a boarding school for high school, 9th through 12th, and then I went away to college. I went to Oakland University, and that's in Alabama. So honestly and truly, even though DC is where I'm from, I've been gone since I was 13. So I've only been home really for 3 solid years. So now that I'm an adult, and I'm just kind of feeling DC through a different lens,
Okay. Right,
'cause
right.
I'm older now.
And I will say you're doing it up. I've seen
Thank
you out
you.
there, so supporting the current causes. I've
Yes.
seen you, hosting some events, or one in which we first connected. And again, I swear I like to think of myself as a male Nora Blake Smith. That's
Oh,
that's kind of
yes.
where we're going with it. So
Mhm.
you had the love for public relations and broadcasting and journalism, and sounds like you're trying to move into acting as well. When did this
Well,
happen?
I
Talk to
don't
me.
know if I'm trying to move into acting, but it started, yes. When I was in high school, I was on the drama team. And it was something just about knowing like our performances could help people or could change people. People after the shows would come up and just be like, wow, that really helped me what I was going through. And I just knew that I wanted to be in a similar career that had that sort of impact. And so it started off with me, which I still love, entertainment news. Like that is always my love, and hosting and stuff. So that's what I went to school for, journalism, and just like being in front of the camera, telling the hottest news stories, which like if you look at a lot of my earlier content, that's the type of stuff that you'll see. And then I think just as the years have gone on and I started to realize more gifts I had or more talents that I've had and things that I can really hone in on and make money on, I think I just started exploring that too. Because I also went to college for public relations. And at the time, I I did it truly because I was just like, I'll be able to hopefully utilize it for myself. I wasn't really thinking
Hmm.
for anyone else. I was me being 18, 19, thinking like, oh yeah, I can get a public relations degree. I helped myself. And
Right.
then as I just started to, when I came home from college, my social media page really grew. When I came home, I think I only had maybe like 2,000 followers. And then with just within these past 3 years of me being home, my page has grown. And I was like, okay, well, I know how to make my page grow, but people would ask me like, Blake, like, how are you doing it? Whatever. And I realized that this information is not widely out there. Like there's some things that just people just don't know that came easy to me. And so that's kind of just, I just really honestly, and what's crazy about this whole thing is I never saw myself doing anything like this.
Mm.
I swore that like I was just gonna be a host, which I still want to do, but I've just realized that I can now do it all. Like I can
Yep.
be this person, I can be that person, I can wear many different hats. And so that's kind of what I'm trying to do now. And then just with this whole COVID situation and this pandemic, I think really pushed me to start saying, okay, what can I do with this knowledge that I have? And so I started do it for the gram, which is when I was just like, I'm working on that ebook right now, but I would go on live and just give people tips, or I would just post the tips on my social media. And then one day someone was just like, Blake, like, I need someone to help me run my account or whatever. And from that point on, I was just like, whoa, I could actually really do this as a business. I'm sorry, my cousin's in the background.
Hi, cousin.
They said hi, cousin. This is
It's
my
okay.
cousin. She's a boss too. And let me just plug her really quick because she is one of the top real estate agents in Washington, D.C. So if you need a house, you've probably seen her on my page before. Her name is Alexandra Arnold, but
Yes.
we all bosses over here.
Okay, yeah. Well, see, this is the home edition, so it's okay. It's okay.
It's the home edition. But
Yeah.
so I think from that, I started to realize that, you know what, I could actually do this. And I think it took that one person asking me, can I do that for them? To
Mhm.
really boost even my confidence. And that can happen for a lot of people. Like you don't always feel like you can do something or that you're ready to do something. And then when I started doing it, I was like, hold on, I like doing this. And I was
Right.
like, I'm actually kind of good at it. And
Yeah.
so,
Yeah.
so
Sometimes you need that push.
yeah, so that's kind of
Definitely
how
that
it got started. And like I still want to do like TV and stuff, but I just, right now this is the path that the Lord is leading me, and so I'm just going to go with it. And I
Right.
know that eventually everything that I want will just come together.
Come to, okay. Okay. I know, and I can relate because I have friends that said I should have been doing this a long time. It's like you should be in front of a
Hmm.
camera. You should. Well, I'm pretty funny. I think I am.
You funny? No, I'm just joking. I'm sure you are.
Oh, double shade today. Double shade. So, but I think just having that drive and that push, someone to inspire you.
Yeah.
Because again, sometimes it's just you need that little extra. And I will say that when we first met at the sneaker ball, And I said, oh yeah, I said, you know what, that's, I already had my vision, I already had living a rich life rolling, but I said, I got to take this to the next level. So you
Gotta
did
take it to the
inspire me,
next level. Oh,
yeah,
I'm glad, Rich,
to
because
do
you're
that.
doing a great job. Honestly, you really
Well,
are. Like, shout out to you.
oh, I appreciate that. I definitely
Yeah.
appreciate that. So tell us, you gave us a little bit of doing it for the gram.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you gave us a little bit. And some things that what can you share in terms of the myths of Instagram that, just give them a little bit, wet they palate, but they need to
Okay.
contact Nora Blake Smith.
Okay, so do it for the gram for one. It's do it for the gram and Instagram engagement guide. And it's basically like Instagram 101 for the person who may not know Instagram too well, or they think they know Instagram well, but they don't know why their stuff isn't growing. And so all of those answers are going to be in the ebook, which is going to be out September 12th. And I'm launching it for my birthday. So I'm plugging that. I haven't even announced when I'm launching it, but it's going to come out September 12th. So very soon. But and so, just a little things that's in there. Let's see, something that people may not know. Okay, for instance, Instagram and the algorithm, right? A lot of people used to think that okay, so there used to be this rumor that if someone comments on your picture, you have to comment back at least 5 words or more, or the comment doesn't count, and Instagram doesn't count it as an engagement, and then it'll push the post all the way down and whatever, which is not true. And Instagram cleared that up. So literally like a heart on a comment or a smiley face all counts as engagement. So it's little things like that like people aren't 100% aware of, but it's just like, oh, okay, like I wasn't sure. Now I know. It's kind of just a holy grail Bible for Instagram. Like any question you have, I have a glossary in the back. So definitions of what words mean if you don't necessarily know what impression stand for or reach stands for, or just very basic things that could help the most beginning level person to someone who feels that they're an expert. But I think there's something in there for everyone.
Okay, yeah, that's something I could have used.
Yes.
But
and you can still use it. You can still
well,
use it.
you know, I support you.
Because not even only that, like, and I say this is the first edition because as we know, Instagram constantly changes, and so even what Instagram was in 2017 and 2015 is totally different from what it is in 2020. So this is not just a one-time thing. Like it's something that I'm gonna have to keep updating because Instagram updates every year and they're always switching the game. So got to stay on top of it if you want to succeed, especially with social media.
Facts. So one thing I do know, and what my team, I hate to use the word dug up, but we identified during the research. See how we clean that up? You worked in many major events over the years. What was your favorite event that you covered so far? What was, one of your most favorite events?
I think, well, I had, two. First one was very, very, very early when I first came home. And I wasn't getting paid for this or nothing, but I just went because I saw it on the news that morning. So Giselle Bryant, she is on The Real Housewives of Potomac. And she launched a skincare, a makeup line or whatever. And she had like this free little like party thing somewhere in Northwest. And so me and my mom pulled up. We walked in there like, we were supposed to be in there. I had my little camera with me like I was pressed. And literally like I got to interview everyone from the show. Their cameras were there. Giselle was so sweet. Like she let me ask her whatever. And it was just a good time. And I think that's when I really realized that it really does take a hustle, like because there's not a lot of entertainment opportunities anyway like that in DC. It's very politics or whatever, and so it could be hard to really find those like type of opportunities that interest me and you, that's entertainment, that's pop culture. So I think that was fun just because like I went out on a limb and I did it and it really paid off. And then I think another time was just last year I went to the Essence Fest and I covered that, and that was so much fun. Like it was I had plans on going again this year if it wasn't for this pandemic, but just
Right.
the amount of like Black excellence that's in the room, and like you could basically talk to anyone and they have something going on. You turn one way, you see one star, you turn this way, you see another star. Like it's just so, you got that from there? You was at Essence Fest?
Some time ago.
Oh, okay.
But that's a new gift from a future guest that's going to be on.
Hey,
Yeah.
yay.
But yeah, I think, see, as you know, one of the things that I pride myself on is being a network guru. So
Yeah, I know.
if there's something happening, folks call me like, hey, what's happening here? I will let you know, because
Yes,
I crash weddings, I crash things, everything.
You're a wedding crasher?
I will crash. I would have crashed Trump's inauguration,
I'm dead. That is one thing I wish you would have crashed. Okay?
Yeah. Then we might not be here talking to you.
Right.
So, okay. So the whole meeting the housewives of Potomac and Essence.
Yeah, that was really cool, because it was just like the first time I really felt like I met anyone like, oh my gosh, you're on TV. Like I was really hype. I was young. It was really cool. And then the Essence Festival was just like an eye opener. It was great.
Okay. What makes you unique in the vast market of social media? What makes Nora Blake Smith unique? Because you definitely have your own lane, and folks that know me, they will, I like to do things my own way.
Yeah.
I'm big on not recreating the wheel though, because again, I think you have a very unique thing, and I give credit where credit is due. So what makes you unique when it comes to the social media? Because you got a lane. You got a lane.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I think really when I realized that I can't be cookie cutter, there was a point in my life when I like would look at people who I wanted to kind of model my career after, and would realize that like I cannot get to where I want to get their way. And I think eventually I just realized, okay, I got to do this. I got to do this, figure it out on my own, make my own path. And so I think what probably makes me unique, honestly, I just try to be genuine with people and real with people. And, I guess it's just me. Like, other than like, because anyone could tell you, like, this is what you need to do, this is what you need to do, whatever. There's a lot of great social media experts out there, managers out there. But I would just say, I think with me, like I really, really care about the people that I'm working with. I'm not just gonna like put you in a system and have your content load up like everyone else's. Like I really am going to make sure that like your content best represents you, and it is your personality. And although I might be curating the things, it's still coming from your voice, and it's your personality shining through. And I always like to keep that. And then I always like to, when it comes to social media, like it can be really like a place where you can just you see everybody else doing everything, and you can kind of lose yourself. And that's what I don't ever want people to feel like Instagram is. That's what scares people. Is just like, there's so many people on Instagram. There's so many successful looking people on Instagram. What do I have to offer in this big pool of people? And so my job is to just let you see the potential that you have, the uniqueness that you have, and I'm going to help pull that out of you. And we're going to curate something that is special to you. So I think it's just really, the fact that I care, like I
sincere.
care.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's the way to be. Be sincere, and folks will pick up on that.
Yeah, hopefully.
And I think that is definitely key. That's kind of my motto as well. Just I support a lot of folks, but at the same time, I'm sincere in how I move with them and how I communicate. Sometimes I might communicate too much. You already know, because I was like, hey, trying to get you on.
No, but that's what you got to do, though. I appreciate you, because I am one who, listen, unless I understand, you got to be forceful like that. You do, especially in this industry, you do, or you won't get anywhere with anyone, because everyone is so busy all over the place.
Yep. So what was the most useful criticism you've ever received in this industry? What's the most useful criticism?
Probably, I think, I guess it was more so advice, and it was early on, but just like, stop looking at what the next person is doing, and stop trying to be like this person, I think that it was at one point where you could tell that like maybe I wasn't being as authentic as I could be on my Instagram, right? And it was more so just like when my life changes, when I even learn it and I tell other people like your Instagram, it can't be all about you. And then I even looked at that in my life too, right? Because coming from someone who was like loved acting and it could be very like self-centered, like, oh, I want to be a star, I want to be this, I want to be that, I want to be the center of attention, blah, 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 even with hosting. And I think once I learned that, like, hold on, the picture is way bigger than me, right? There's so many people out there who I could help, who I could inspire. And so I think that just when someone's telling me like, Blake, how can you be of help to other people, is when I started to really like be like, you're right. Like what I'm doing right now is not helping anyone. So what can I do to help people and be a change in the world? So that's probably the most useful.
Yeah. Again, so we're talking with Nora Blake Smith. She goes by Blake, by the way.
Yes, I do.
And she's just sharing her thoughts. And again, I think that's all that being authentic is major. It's definitely major when it comes to and not following in the footsteps of others. But again, like I said, and you do that well. She provided notes from the session, and I was thoroughly impressed. I was definitely impressed.
Thanks.
And it takes a lot to impress me. It takes a lot to impress me.
Y'all heard it here first, folks.
Pet peeves. So I'm a Virgo. I'm very detailed.
I'm a Virgo too.
Yes, I was going to get to that. September 12th, did you say that?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I'm just learning this now. How did I miss that? Because my people that do the research, my team knows my birthday is the 14th. It probably was like,
we're so close. Their birthday.
Yep. They probably was like, there's no relevance. That's why they didn't include it. I love my team. I love my team. So what's your biggest pet peeve and why?
Okay, my biggest pet peeve. So when people are like about to tell you something and then they say, no, never mind. It'd be like, never mind. And it's like, oh no, it's nothing. It's nothing for real. It's nothing. I can't stand that because it's something. So just finish the sentence, because it just makes me even more annoyed when you tell me never mind, because I'm gonna be thinking about it. Or they'll be like, it's not a big deal. I'm like, it is a big deal now. You made it a big deal. So
right.
I think that's my pet peeve.
Well, never mind.
No, see, Ray,
no,
we're gonna end this Zoom call early.
Oh goodness, that's too funny. Yeah. It's like, well, why even go through that? Why go through
I can't stand it.
Oh my goodness, my pet peeve is kind of things not being in order, right? So if when you're walking up the steps, that's been on the steps for like 2 days. Why don't you pick it up and take it upstairs, right?
Okay, so clean. Probably, and then I would get on your nerves. I might leave a shoe on the step every now and then and not pick it up again until I'm about to wear it. Just being honest.
Oh, nice. Okay. That's a nice picture. Did you ever model?
No, I didn't. And I'm sorry, someone called me and that's why it went off. But did I ever model? A little bit in high school. People think like they might ask me like, oh, do you model? No, I don't. Not really. Unless someone asks me to, but I don't want to blur the line because I'm more than a pretty girl,
Well, absolutely. By far. Hopefully I didn't make it seem that way, but
no, you didn't. No, you didn't. Thank you. Yeah, no, because don't get me wrong. I like taking a picture and I love a photo shoot, and I got one coming up in August, but I don't do it professionally.
I got a photo shoot. I got a photo shoot Saturday.
What? What's this photo shoot for?
It's my first photo shoot. So the folks that's doing my website said we need to fix your website.
Yeah.
And
so you need new pictures.
I need
everything.
Yeah. I need to. So I got a photo shoot, and I'm pretty excited. It's
you should be. You got your outfits together.
I got a little something in mind. It should be hot. It should be hot.
Yay.
Question for you: what would be a good theme song for your life right now? I asked my last guest, and he's in
what
fashion.
Did he say? I missed it. What did he say?
The song High Fashion.
Oh, I go, yeah, G-Wagon.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he owns his own It's called Different Regard. So he has his own retail store.
Yes.
And it's they started off with just men, but they have women's stuff also. So check that out.
Yeah, I will for sure. And black owned, of course.
Yep, yeah, he's got some fly stuff. So what's your theme song? And as I told him, my song would be Shaft. The theme from Shaft.
I don't even know that.
What? You don't know about Shaft?
No.
Look. Ask your dad.
Okay, you showing your age, you showing your age.
Please, I'm just very worldly. That's it.
Oh, okay, got you.
Don't
What's
get
that
me
song? What's that song? I think okay. There was just a song I was listening to the other. Oh, I got you. Okay, there's two. Can I have two?
Yes, you can have two.
Okay, the first one is gonna be the song by J Rock. Win. Like everything else. Win. That one. Yeah, because I'm just like, I gotta win. Like after everything else, I'm focused. And then my other one is by Sweetie. How did it start? I was just singing it today. Icy Girl. Can't stop, won't stop, get guap. Them white toes, because I'm icy, wifey. Hey, I think you know what I'm talking about.
I probably
you did because it was on my story today.
Oh, okay.
That girl that I posted singing.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She's just talking about. She's talking about basically getting money in your bag.
Oh yeah. That was yeah. Okay.
Those are my people would know it. Icy Girl by Sweetie.
Yeah. I do. You did post that. I did happen to look at your story today. So, okay, give 3 adjectives that describe you best.
Okay, I think I would call myself lighthearted. Okay. I don't really take too many things like super serious unless like they need to be taken seriously. What else? Let's say hardworking. I'm just really about like my stuff. And then let's see what I say. I don't know. These type of questions just really make you think about yourself.
Yeah.
But
you know what? So I'm gonna say this while you think about that. When we had our session, and you was asking me the questions.
I asked you those questions, and you were like,
Right,
it does make you think. And now look, I'm the one on the spot. But
but it does make you think, right? When you think about all that stuff, right? It's like, okay, what am I doing? And it's just like an automatic thing for you to do, right? You're a lighthearted person. You're definitely hardworking, right?
And maybe like I like to fun. There you go. Fun. I mean, yeah, I'm fun. Like I'm fun. I like to have fun. So I think those are good. Those are good 3 words for now.
Okay. So this legacy that you're building, and that's because everyone's going to have a legacy, whether they want one or not. The question is, what will it be? That's for a whole nother conversation. I get deep.
I'm telling you.
So what legacy of your life would you like to leave the world? What would you like them to know about you? What does that look like? They say Nora Blake Smith. What does it mean?
I really just want to be a girl who was just like she did all that she really wanted in life and succeeded. Like I want to inspire other people because when I went to school and I told people what I wanted to do, it was just kind of like, that's not a real career, like whatever. People talk down. Now everybody and their mama want to be a host. But anyway, when I was at school, it wasn't really a popular thing, but now that's a whole other story. Anyway, I just want to be known as like literally the girl who did it all, because while social media and entertainment is one part of my passion, I have some other things in the works too.
Okay.
I don't want to say too much now, but just think that like I'm really excited about that. It's totally different from what I'm doing now. And I'm just excited to share the world. But I guess just an entrepreneur, and it's crazy that I'm even saying that because I grew up my whole life thinking I wasn't even cut out to be an entrepreneur, or that I don't know. But as I've gotten older, I'm just like, I can really do it. And I just really want to be an inspiration. I do. And giving back, because that's a big thing for me too. I always want to give back, especially to my own neighborhood in Southeast, where there's a lot of people there who don't have anything. A lot of girls, especially the young women, who just don't know. They weren't raised properly, and they just don't have certain advantages in life or opportunities that they're not even aware of. And so I just kind of want to be an inspiration to them and show them that like they can do anything they want. So
Right. Okay.
legacy like that.
So those that are watching and listening, Nora Blake Smith just finished sharing what she would hope that her legacy that she leaves behind. And I think it's real moving. If you have any questions, by all means, chime in. You can call in 443-642-9403 if you have some questions that you would like to ask Blake directly. But we'll keep it going. We'll keep it going. So, any advice that you would give someone trying to get into this industry?
Yeah, I would say for one, start off by being authentic, like what the person told me. Don't try to be cookie cutter or be like anyone else. Really find your niche and what you think works best for you. Don't be afraid to fail. I've failed, but you learn from those failures and you grow from them. Go out on a limb. Don't let your fear limit you or cripple you. Just, close your eyes and just do it. All it takes is like one moment of courage for your whole life to change. And so, have that courage to know that you can do it, and then really speak life over your situations, because I'm a big believer in the law of attraction and manifesting the things that you want. I've seen it work in my life, and so I know it works. Your words have power. And so really like envision you as that person, even if you're not there yet. Just like see yourself at that goal and know that like it's all within you already, and just keep going and just to be consistent. That is the main thing. Like consistency. Anything that I was ever even remotely consistent in my life has paid off. And so I think that's really, sorry, everyone just decides they want to call me today. That
They're probably
is
watching.
probably. That is the key. So that's what I would say.
Okay. Yeah, consistency. I think that's a big piece, because again,
Yeah.
one of the things we like to inspire here on Living a Rich Life, but again, also understanding that folks can change, right? I mean, the man I am today is not the man I was a couple of years ago, and which is a good thing, by the way.
Yeah, great thing.
I had some bad habits that jeopardized some strong relationships and things of that. The financial freedom was always questionable, and I've always had good health for the most part. But what the things I'm doing now, they're more fulfilling. I'm actually, I'm a lot happier.
Yeah,
and again,
and that's
being
the goal in
consistent.
life, honestly, is to be happy. Like,
Absolutely, consistency is key. I will definitely say that. I will definitely say that. So as because you are one of the best strategists. Again, this social media thing, because you're doing it. What is a major no-no in social media that you wished we knew about? And you don't got to give us too much. We want to give them just enough, whet their palate, so they got to call me, they got to call you and say, hey, I need to get some more information, right?
Okay, major no-no. Let me think of a good one that will whet the palate. Okay, this is a major no-no. A major no-no is thinking that you can just post whenever you feel like it, any time of the day, and not take into consideration your analytics, right? Because it's no longer just like, oh, I just took a cute picture. Let me just post it on Instagram right at this moment. But you haven't checked to see when your followers are most likely on Instagram. You don't know like when times you'll get the most engagement. And so at this point, you're just posting a post. You just have no like strategy or anything. And I think that's the big no-no. Like, you just posting whenever you feel like it, instead of being strategic about it. And saying, all right, well, I see that most of my followers are on Instagram at about 6 p.m. tonight. So I'll wait until then, because I know at that point in time, I'll get the most engagement because most people are on Instagram, rather than just deciding at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, oh, let me post a picture, and you get 5 likes and you're wondering why my picture's not doing well. So I would say that's the big no.
Okay. So know your analytics. Yeah. Now y'all heard that. Big no. You should know your
Yeah.
analytics.
Yes.
Right? So
Know your analytics. No, it's like a character. It's literally like your timeline is a character. And you have to know that person. You have to know when they're gonna be on Instagram, what type of things they like. Like you just have to know who your audience is. That's your audience. So that's a big like pot. Like learn it. Don't just you gotta
right.
know.
Right. Yeah. Like I said, man, I went from about 300. I had like five. No, I had almost 500 followers to jumped up to 12 after our session. I know. Yeah. I was like, okay. And I didn't look, and I didn't buy them because I think I see all these pop-ups that come up. You can get influencers or something.
Yeah, and that's a big no-no too. Like Instagram definitely knows when fake followers are there, fake likes are there, and they won't count them. They'll know that they're bots. That's another thing that people don't know. Like Instagram knows what accounts are real and what are not. And if you keep doing it, they will block your account. So just keep that in mind. They will keep you from going on your account.
So one of the things I wanted to touch on, it's of a personal nature. Your relationship with your dad. So I've seen a couple of your stories, and it seems like you have a real strong relationship, and which is a beautiful thing. Because there was one story. Oh my goodness! And I could not stop laughing, and I think you know which one I'm talking about.
Wait, which one? Because I posted live. Which one?
The one where
when I
you beep
scared
the
him.
horn. Hell
yes!
yeah!
Oh my god! Well, because from a child, I have enjoyed like pranking my father. From like, I mean, I'm telling you, like from the time I can remember, if he was brushing his teeth or washing his face and he had his eyes closed, I would turn off the cold water and turn the water all the way on hot. So when he put his hands under, he'd burn his hands. Like, I mean, I would do stuff like that. He would like, I was a kid, like I would write signs on a piece of paper and tape it to his back before he went to work. People wouldn't know. He'd be walking around with this sign on the back. Like I was that child. And I didn't have any siblings. So I was the only child. So I had to make my own fun. And so it just carried on. And he reacts so funny. And I think it's his reaction that just makes me want to keep pranking him because it's the funniest thing in the world. But we do have a good relationship and I love him. That's my man.
That's beautiful. Because that, oh my goodness, that joint
was funny, right?
Funny, hilarious. Come on, Blake, stop fucking around. You was like, oh.
He actually has an Instagram that I started for him. I haven't updated in a minute, but I think it's Din. I think it's Din 1L, and there's more funny videos up there. And I should post some more on there because he's funny. Yeah, he is a character.
Oh, yeah, definitely. So I do what I like to call is living a rich life recap, and we kind of close out the show. But I want to ask you the question: what does living a rich life mean to you? That's how I like to close out the show.
I love that, Rich. Okay, so to me, living a rich life is just living a life that fulfills. That fulfills you, whatever that means. Rich doesn't always have to mean monetarily, even though for me that does somewhat mean monetarily because I'm trying to get my coins up. But
ain't nothing wrong with that.
Not only that, but honestly, just being happy in all aspects of my life, mentally, spiritually, physically. Just being fulfilled like that. To me, that's living a rich life.
No doubt. And if you like I said, my principles are in that order. Good health, strong relationships, financial freedom. You have your goals and achievement. You have extraordinary experiences, and then once you get all that in order,
that's a rich life.
Back. Yeah, philanthropy.
I love
giving
that.
Back. You're giving back.
Yes,
so,
yes.
I want to thank you for joining.
Of course, Rich.
We had Nora Blake earlier. Thanks, Stephen White, for joining. Different regard, and closing out the show as our featured guest, Miss Nora Blake.
Thank
Smith.
you for having me. This is great.
I will talk to you soon.
Yeah.
You stay safe.
Thank you. I will. You too.
And make sure I get those. I'm gonna find out where those pranks are with your dad because I got.
Then 1L. It's hilarious.
Yeah. So until next time, I'll talk to you soon, Blake. Take it easy.
Thank you. Have a good one.
All
Bye-bye.
right. You too. There you have it, folks. Another excellent home edition of Living a Rich Life talk show. Once again, I am your host. Until next time, be inspired to live a rich life. I'm out. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. BeExposedRadio.com. Here you have it.